Hey, I'm Dr. Duck. Today we're looking at SCP-041 through 050. Let's begin. SCP-041, also known as Thought Broadcasting Patient, is classified as safe. SCP-041 is a male human in a permanent vegetative state caused by severe nervous system damage. The subject requires continuous life support, including a respirator, pacemaker, and feeding tube to remain alive. Within a radius of approximately 10 to 15 meters, SCP-041 causes all nearby individuals to experience involuntary thought broadcasting. The thoughts of everyone in the area become semi-audible, including their own internal thoughts as well as those of others. These thoughts are perceived in the individual's own internal voice, making them indistinguishable from personal cognition. Visual thoughts and mental imagery can also be transmitted, though they are significantly more difficult to interpret. SCP-041 is also capable of projecting its own thoughts into nearby individuals, although it rarely does so. The effect cannot normally be recorded by electronic devices. The subject has been observed indirectly interacting with others by influencing their thoughts, including prompting individuals to watch television through directed mental focus. SCP-042, also known as formerly winged horse, is classified as safe. SCP-042 is a large white horse with brown spots. The subject has two large bone structures protruding from its back through open wounds. These bones are believed to be the remains of wings that were forcibly removed. The wounds do not heal and continuously bleed and clot, causing the subject significant and constant pain. SCP-042 is severely weakened and emaciated. It refuses to eat and must be sustained through forced liquid nutrients. The subject shows minimal movement and frequently attempts to lie down and remain motionless. It is believed to possess a level of intelligence. Personnel who interact with SCP-042 often experience intense emotional distress and feelings of sympathy. In one documented case, a researcher attempted to crash an aircraft in an effort to release the subject, indicating a strong psychological influence. SCP-043, also known as the Beatle, is classified as safe. SCP-043 is a vinyl copy of the Beatles' The White Album. When played, the record produces no music, regardless of needle placement, but will continue to run through its full track list from start to finish. Upon reaching the 29th track, instead of playing Revolution 9, the record stops spinning. At this point, faint breathing can be heard, and the entity becomes capable of responding to questions. The entity demonstrates extensive encyclopedic knowledge of the music industry, musical theory, and obscure information regarding various artists and bands. However, it consistently refuses to answer any questions related to the Beatles. The speaking entity is believed to be Paul McCartney, allegedly trapped within the record by John Lennon, though this claim remains unverified. SCP-044, also known as World War II-era molecular fission cannon, is classified as safe. SCP-044 is a massive rail-mounted howitzer constructed during World War II by German engineers. The structure weighs approximately 251 metric tons and requires 2 locomotives for transport. SCP-044 is capable of firing any object placed into its barrel. Upon activation, the object's molecular and atomic bonds are progressively weakened during launch. The projectile becomes a glowing red mass while in flight and detonates upon impact, releasing energy proportional to its original mass. This results in extremely high destructive potential. The cannon continuously emits hazardous gases during operation and requires constant heavy ventilation to prevent environmental exposure. SCP-045, also known as Atmospheric Converter, is classified as safe. SCP-045 is a large icosahedron-shaped mass of anomalous ice with deep geometric fractures, measuring approximately 1.7 meters in radius. The object alters nearby atmospheric gases within a radius of 3.7 meters. Nitrogen is converted into water, while argon is converted into solid salt. SCP-045 periodically rotates on multiple axes without warning. These rotations generate localized seismic tremors around the containment area. Attempts to prevent this movement result in even stronger tremors. The object remains stable under extreme pressure and temperature conditions. SCP-045 is stored deep underwater to prevent atmospheric exposure. If released into open air, it could significantly and unpredictably alter Earth's atmospheric composition. SCP-046, also known as Predatory hollybush, is classified as Euclid. SCP-046 is a massive botanical entity composed of multiple intertwined plant species. It is located within a remote forest region in southwestern Kentucky. The anomaly emits a psychological effect that strongly attracts injured, dying, or terminally ill individuals. Affected subjects report feelings of peace, relief, and emotional acceptance as they approach the entity. Many willingly enter the organism's feeding area without resistance. Once nearby, surrounding fungal growths release paralytic toxins that immobilize the victim while keeping them conscious. The body is then consumed rapidly by insects, mold, bacteria, and surrounding plant matter. SCP-046 is capable of influencing individuals from distances of up to 50 kilometers. The effect appears strongest in people experiencing depression, hopelessness, or self-destructive thoughts. Containment focuses on restricting access to the surrounding forest and intercepting individuals drawn toward the entity. SCP-047, also known as Microbial Mutagen, is classified as Keter. SCP-047 is a heavily rusted gas cylinder constructed from an unidentified metallic material. When exposed to open air, the cylinder releases an anomalous mutagenic gas. The gas does not affect humans directly. Instead, it targets bacteria and rapidly alters their genetic structure. This results in the creation of highly aggressive and treatment-resistant microbial strains. The mutations are unpredictable and vary between outbreaks. Common bacteria can transform into lethal infections within hours. Transmission occurs through physical contact, contaminated surfaces, and infected hosts. Symptoms often escalate rapidly, progressing from minor irritation to widespread organ failure. Victims are effectively killed by their own mutated bacterial flora as standard antibiotics become useless. Due to the extreme containment risk, SCP-047 must remain sealed within a hermetically isolated storage system at all times. SCP-048, also known as the Cursed SCP number, has no official classification. SCP-048 is not a physical object or entity. Instead, the anomaly appears to be linked to the number 48 itself within Foundation records. Every attempt to assign the SCP-048 designation to an object, organism, or phenomenon has resulted in catastrophic failure. Assigned anomalies frequently became far more dangerous than originally assessed. Multiple containment attempts ended in severe accidents, unexpected deaths, or uncontrolled anomalous escalation. Several SCP-048 files disappeared entirely before documentation could be completed. In other cases, researchers involved in reassignment testing died under unexplained circumstances shortly afterward. The effect appears consistent regardless of the anomaly originally assigned the number. Due to repeated incidents and loss of personnel, the Foundation permanently retired the SCP-048 designation. The number remains officially unused. SCP-049, also known as the Plague Doctor, is classified as Euclid. SCP-049 appears as a humanoid figure resembling a medieval plague doctor, wearing a black robe and a beaked mask. It demonstrates advanced intelligence and is capable of speech in multiple languages. Under normal conditions, SCP-049 is calm and cooperative with personnel. Its understanding of modern medicine is incomplete and largely incorrect. It claims to be able to identify and cure a phenomenon it refers to as the pestilence. When SCP-049 identifies a subject as infected, it will attempt to perform surgical procedures on them. These procedures are always fatal, as SCP-049 is capable of rapidly killing a human through direct physical contact during the process. Following death, the subject is reanimated shortly after as an aggressive, non-responsive corpse. SCP-049 becomes highly focused and insistent when prevented from performing these procedures. Despite this, it can often engage in controlled conversation with personnel. SCP-050, also known as the Cleverest, is classified as Euclid. SCP-050 is an anomalous object that cannot be destroyed, relocated permanently, or conventionally contained. Whoever currently possesses SCP-050 is required to keep it inside an office or workspace they use regularly. The object itself cannot move. However, any room containing SCP-050 becomes unnaturally clean and organized. Paperwork is sorted, trash disappears, and clutter is removed with extreme precision. At the same time, SCP-050 displays openly antagonistic behavior toward its current owner. Office spaces are frequently rigged with traps, pranks, and hazardous surprises designed specifically to inconvenience or embarrass them. The anomaly appears to recognize intelligence and cunning as measurable qualities. Ownership transfers to whoever SCP-050 considers the cleverest individual currently aware of it. This usually occurs after someone successfully deceives, outsmarts, or humiliates others through elaborate schemes or pranks. Foundation containment relies entirely on ensuring no outside individual proves more clever than Foundation personnel. Thank you for accessing these classified records with me. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more SCP content. Let me know what you would like to see next.